still explaining buyer agent commissions the same way you did a few years ago? That might be the exact reason you're starting to feel resistance in your conversations. Over the past few months, I've had multiple conversations with agents who all said the same thing. Their buyer meetings feel different. Their confidence feels lower. And the questions they're getting now are questions they never had to answer before. Imagine sitting in a buyer consultation and suddenly realizing you don't have a clear answer when they ask, "What exactly am I paying you for?" The truth is something fundamental has shifted in this business. Not just the rules, not just the paperwork. The way we position ourselves as agents has changed. And here's what most people don't realize yet. This shift isn't just going to impact how deals are done. It's going to determine which agents grow in this market and which ones slowly fade out. So in this video, I'm breaking down the truth about buyer agent commissions in 2026, what actually changed, what most agents are still misunderstanding, and how the agents who understand this shift are positioning themselves to win. And make sure you stay with me until the end, because I'm going to be showing you why this shift might actually be one of the biggest opportunities we've seen in this industry in years. So let's dive in. Hi, I'm Kendall from the Kendall Bonner team, and we're the best Tampa real estate agents. So welcome to my YouTube channel, where we talk about everything related to real estate strategy, market shifts, and what it actually takes to succeed in this industry. My team and I have been helping people buy and sell homes for years. Recently, one topic keeps coming up in almost every conversation with agents: buyer agent commissions. Because the truth is, most agents are still trying to figure out how to navigate this very new landscape. So today, we're going to break this down in a way that actually makes sense. Let's start by understanding what's actually changed. At the surface level, the change seems simple. Compensation is no longer automatically structured the way it used to be, and the buyer agent commissions are now more visible and more negotiable than ever before. Buyers are asking more questions. They're more aware of how agents get paid, and in many cases, they are now directly involved in those conversations. But here's where many agents are making a mistake. They're treating this like it's just a small tweak in how commissions work, when in reality, it is something much bigger. Now, let's go deeper into what's really happening here. This change is not just about compensation. It's about how clearly you can communicate your value to a buyer, because now commission is no longer assumed. It has to be explained, positioned, and justified in a way that makes sense to the client. Buyer conversations have become more detailed, more strategic, and in many cases, more challenging. Imagine sitting across from a buyer who asks, "What exactly do you do to earn your commission?" That question is becoming more common, and the agents who can answer it with clarity are the ones who will move forward in this business. Now, here's what this shift is creating across the industry. This change is creating a very clear separation between two types of agents. On the one side, you have agents who are struggling. These are the agents who rely heavily on scripts, avoid difficult conversations, and have never fully developed a strong way to explain their value. Their business is transaction-focused, meaning they depend on closing deals rather than building systems. On the other side, you have agents who are adapting and growing. These agents take a consultative approach. They communicate clearly and have systems that support their business. They focus on value first and guide clients through decisions instead of simply reacting. This is where one key idea becomes important. Clarity builds trust, and confusion kills conversion. But there's an even deeper issue most agents aren't seeing yet. For years, many agents were never required to fully explain their value because the commission structure was already built into the process. Buyers didn't question it as much, and the conversations were just simpler. Today, that has completely changed. Buyer consultations now carry more weight. Agreements matter, strategies matter. Agents need to clearly walk buyers through what they do, how they protect them, and how they negotiate, and why their service is worth it. Think about sitting in a consultation and confidently explaining your process step by step instead of hoping the buyer doesn't ask too many questions. This is where systems become critical, because if your process is not clear and repeatable, it becomes very difficult to communicate your value consistently. Now, let's shift the perspective for a moment. While many agents see this change as a challenge, it is actually one of the biggest opportunities we've seen in years. This shift is raising the standard across the industry. Agents who are not prepared for these conversations will struggle, or leave the business, which naturally reduces competition. At the same time, buyers are becoming more selective. They're looking for professionals who can guide them, educate them, and represent them effectively. This creates better opportunities for agents who are prepared and positioned correctly. So how do you actually position yourself to win? The agents who will stand out are the ones who approach their business in a consultative way rather than a transactional one. They don't just show homes, they guide clients through decisions, explain strategies clearly, and lead conversations with confidence. Imagine a buyer saying, "I completely understand your value and I'm ready to move forward." That level of clarity only comes from having a structured process and a strong understanding of your role. If your approach is not consistent, it becomes difficult to grow and even harder to build a predictable business. Now, if this shift feels uncomfortable, you're not alone. Many agents are experiencing this shift in real time. Conversations are different, expectations are higher, and buyers are asking more detailed questions. For some, this is the first time they're realizing that they need a stronger system and a clearer way to operate their business. And that realization is actually the turning point. So let's talk about what you can do next. If you're recognizing that this shift requires a different approach, the next step is not to simply work harder. It's to build a system that supports how the business operates today. If you want to understand how to navigate buyer representation in this new environment and create a more predictable structure in your business, you can connect with me over on my socials, and my leadership team and I are happy to help you. But before we wrap up, let's bring this all together. The rules around buyer agent commissions didn't just change. The way agents communicate, position themselves, and build their business has changed. And the agents who understand that shift will not just survive in this market, they will in fact grow. So here's the real question you need to ask yourself after watching this. Are you still operating based on how this business used to work? Or are you starting to adapt to how it works now? Because the shift is not temporary. It's not going away. And the agents who lean into it early are going to have a massive advantage over the next few years. If this video helped you see things a little differently, make sure to subscribe for more insights on real estate strategy, market changes, and how to stay ahead in this industry. And if you're at a point where you're realizing that you need a clearer system, a stronger approach, and better conversations with your clients, check out the link in the description below. It's a great starting point to understand how to move forward in this new environment. Once again, I'm Kendall Bonner from the Kendall Bonner team. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.